The DA follows up its application for access to the Nkandla report, and the SACP is set to discuss COSATU's involvement in e-tolling. I am Nomgabo Mia. The Democratic Alliance has appealed to the Public Works Department about its non-response to an application for access to the Nkandla report under the Promotion of Access to Information Act. The appeal was made after the department failed to table the report in Parliament. DA Parliamentary Leader Lindiwe Mazibuko says the appeal is supported by recent revelations that the report, now classified as top secret, is being kept secret in terms of the minimum information security standards. Mazibuko says it is now clear that Public Works Minister Thula Nxesi never had any intention of making the report public. In January, Nxesi announced that government had spent 206 million rand on security upgrades and consultants at President Jacob Zuma's private home in Nkandla. A woman has survived a 150-meter fall down a cliff in her car in Clifton. ER24 spokesperson Derek Banks says the woman, believed to be in her early 30s, lost control of the car. The vehicle plummeted down the cliff and landed in a backyard wedged between a wall and a house. Banks says paramedics treated the woman for suspected neck and back injuries and broken ribs before taking her to a hospital.
Emergency personnel around the scene, they found the person had already climbed out the car, which was quite lucky enough only to sustain moderate injuries. She was stabilized on scene and was treated for suspected neck and back injuries and then transported through to hospital for further medical care. The exact cause of why she lost control is unclear, but the necessary authorities will investigate. The car is still wedged between the residence and the cliff face at the moment.
The South African Communist Party will tomorrow discuss COSATU's involvement in the campaign against e-tolling in Gauteng in a meeting with the trade union movement. The Communist Party's National Deputy Chairperson Thula Nxesi says they want to air their views. Nxesi has expressed concern that COSATU might unintentionally be furthering a campaign by opposition parties like the Democratic Alliance. A 51-year-old member of the National Sea Rescue Institute at Port Edward has rescued a Somerset East family who was stranded on a ledge while hiking at Haga Haga near East London. NSRI spokesperson Craig Lambinon says 7 people were trapped and a 33-year-old man suffered a fractured ankle. Lambinon says the NSRI member saved the life of a woman in the group after she was swept into the sea during high tide.
The off-duty NSRI volunteer then jumped into the sea to rescue her, which he did successfully. She was not injured, and then he managed to get all of them off the rock and to higher ground, which included carrying the injured man Wesley to higher ground. Once there, he called in assistance from the Eastern Cape Government Health EMS. They sent a helicopter from East London, and the patient transported to the hospital in a stable condition where he's had his leg set in a cast. They are all now safe, and the patient has been returned home back to Haga Haga